So I'm making this tutorial for my friend Eli. He's, really my friend. I really appreciate him so much because, he's posted the difference between the printer that he's printing with at home. Let's see what he said he was printing with. He said the Pro Colored. And there's the Pro Colored on the left, and on the right is Crystal DTF. And of course, our colors are going to be better because we got the CMYK RGBO. But I am not actually super proud of this result, but I think it's the artwork. So don't have permission for this, and I will definitely take this down if you tell me to, sir. But I'm going to try to do a better job with this image and just see if I can't make this better. So let's take a look at how I would do that. All right, so I'm just zooming in here, and we are literally going to start with a screenshot. So I'm going to hit print screen. I don't know if y'all can see it in the recording what I'm doing here, but I'm just dragging this out and grabbing that. Okay. And I'm going to go to our buddy, which I was having problems with earlier. We're still having problems. No, I just want to paste. Okay. And I'm on Pro, and I'm on 5.5. So we'll see. It was having problems this morning rendering, and I had to switch to a lower model, but I'm going to give it a prompt here. So I just gave it a doozy. I need this concept artwork, so I'm acting like this is just the concept. Finalized and made into a print-ready production quality piece. Recreate and redraw this design. Isolate on black. Enhance every aspect. High detail, museum quality artwork. And we're just going to let her go with that GPT 5.5. Let's see if it works. I really was having some problems. It's just thinking. This might be what it's doing right now. It might be literally having a problem with that 5.5 model. We'll just give it some time and see what it does. Yeah, it says I don't have access to the image generation. So, yeah, we're going to copy this message. I'm going to start a new instance over here. We'll go to ChatGPT. We're going to copy this message. We're going to copy this image. We're going to throw it in here. We're going to switch up to the 5.4 model, which seems to be working, and hit create image. OpenAI, you're having a little bit of a problem right now, in case you didn't know. And you should be watching my videos, because I teach you some things. Okay, and I see some problems that I don't like. I don't like how it's handled it over here. I'm going to try something else here. I'm going to try Gemini. So there's a little bit of poisoning that comes from these models. When you take something that's actually been created as AI and then you feed it back. So we're going to give it pretty much the same prompt. We'll give it some other instructions. So. All right, so I just added focus on the realism of the draping of the flag and how it interacts with the claws. All right, let's give Gemini a chance on this. Sometimes it's nice to go back and forth. It really is. Yeah, and you all can see it didn't do a good job. It's kind of improved things, but I don't understand this over here. I just don't get it. All right, so I'm just we're going to give it another chance, another whirl. So I'm just getting deeper and deeper on this prompt. And I'm not going to give ChatGPT back its own work this time. I'm going to give it Gemini's to try to avoid some of that poisoning I was talking about. So let's go. So we're giving it another whirl, and it might not work. And sometimes you get stuck in a loop with AI. That happens. So we may have to pull it open in Photoshop and fix the parts that we see problems with ourselves. All right, I'm at least seeing more interaction here. I just wish this draped, and I wish that didn't have blue. Maybe it's wind. Maybe it's wind is blowing that up there to the right. It just feels like it should drape down more like it does on the left. All right, so here's let's just move on, right? We got to get done at some point. All right, let's grab this. Oops, I didn't actually download it the right way. You're supposed to click there, and then it'll name it for you. And let's grab this in upscale. So we're going to start out with upscale. And yeah, we're going to go pretty big. I'm going to go 6,000 pixels wide, which is ginormous. And you'll find that just right back in the folder. All right, we need a name for this thing. I'm going to call it the Eagle Guardian of Liberty. All right, here we go. Let's put it in a folder. That's the right thing to do. Let's cut it out of here, Control-Shift-N. We're going to call this Eagle Guardian. Oh my gosh. Wow, I cannot spell today. All right, we'll just throw it in there. I'm going to actually call this concept and stick it in there, even though it's more than a concept because we upscaled it. It's actually the final art piece. It just kind of fits with my style. It lets my people know that's not the image to actually use. That's just where we started. Okay, and I'm going to go and just look at this. This is our crop tool. Let's get off of that. Actually, let's go back to it. We'll clear the ratio. Get off of it. Get back to it. It's cropped pretty nice. I'm actually just going to come out a little bit and just give myself a chance to look at this artwork and just generate. And I want to make sure these edges are truly black. So I'm just going to grab a paintbrush tool. I'm going to merge this down. I'm actually going to convert this to a smart object and then duplicate it. And I'll rasterize this one. I'll turn this one off. So this is like OG. So we can always go back. And then I'm going to grab this layer. And I've got my black. Let's put our hardness all the way down. We'll make it real soft. Anybody that watches my tutorials knows that it's either like all the way hard brush or all the way soft brush for Mike. So I'm just painting and I'm not seeing any effect, and that's relaxing me. So I think I do have pure black out here. Let's just look. It's black enough. It's the other side of black. I usually go on this side, and I'm not sure why, but it is the other side of black. Just putting some black around here. Just want a little bit to make sure that that's going to happen. All right, and then this blue, I'm just not sure what to do about that blue. That's really messy in there. Gosh, we got some detail though, don't we? Let's see what our size is. Oh, this is the wrong one. All right. Wrong one. So that is our concept. There's our upscale. Let's open that. All right. Let's close all our others. Nope. Let's look at our size real quick so we don't get tricked again. Yeah. Turn off resample. Set this to 300. Hit OK. Give me some room. Let's check our blacks. Wow. So on the upscale one, I am getting some real black. Or what I call real black, which is just straight zeros. Yeah, I think we're okay. All right. We're just going to deal with this blue. So I'm just going to select in here. We'll just dive in there. Anywhere I'm seeing that blue, I'm going to come over here, select all of this. I'll merge these down. I'll duplicate the layer this time. And then I'm going to unlock this guy, convert him to a smart object, and turn him off. And then this is my this is my artwork. All right. And then let's just see if we can't copy that piece. Let's just copy that, Control-Shift-V. So we got just this stuff. And then we're just going to do layer, new adjustment layer, hue saturation. Use the previous layer to create a clipping mask. And we're going to grab our blue and we're just going to pull it to red. Wow, that is not working. You cannot get it there. I really thought that I'd be able to do that. Okay, I got an idea. Let's do a new layer. Let's just get rid of this guy. Let's do a new layer above this. And we'll use, previous layers of clipping mask. We'll set it to color. I don't see it, guys. I'm sorry. There it is. All right. And then let's grab some color. And we'll grab this real bright red. And then on this layer, we'll grab our brush and we'll just paint that. And we'll just paint that. All right. That's how you do it. That was the right technique. And then this whole part over here, I mean, I just wish that I could bend this down or do something with it. It's just got no reaction to the action. All right, let's just merge all this down. We're going to try to liquefy this. That might be the right thing. We're going to use our forward warp tool. We're just going to try to bend this down. Wow. Okay. So we can do what we want to do. Let's just kind of come out. Just make it look like it's fallen a little bit. And then right in here, I'm switching to my hand tool. I'm using Control plus to zoom in. Yeah, it's just too, I almost wish the, it's going to look crazy. I went way too aggressive there. All right. I don't want to get the feathers is what my problem is. That's working for me. Let's see what we got. That made it a little better, didn't it? It's a little better. We've done something. We feel like we did something. All right, so now we're going to crop it. Actually, I'm going to save it. This is a great place to save. No, let's crop it first. All right. We come right in on that wingtip. As close as we can stand. Right over here. We're just looking for what's the point that sticks out to the left the most. Right in there. Where's our bottommost point? Right in there. Okay. We haven't chopped anything off. We're good. Okay, now let's size it. So I'm going to save this as, and we're going to put it in our Eagle Guardian of Liberty. So we'll just rename this, Control C, click inside. Boom, save. All right. And then we're going to, that's layer 2. All right, so we're just going to do image size. And we're going to go for a height of 19. And that doesn't fit, so we're going to do 15. We're going to turn on resample. We're going to do 300. We're going to hit OK. All right. And I'm actually going to go ahead and export this as a PNG. And I'm going to put it in the folder. And I'm going to call it Halftone Ready. And then I'm going to work from that. So I'm just going to close this one. Nope. And we're going to open that Halftone Ready. And we're going to use the Crystal DTF action set. So we're going to go here to the Black Knockout Tweakable. We're going to test it just at the defaults. And we're going to throw a solid color of black. And I'm going to switch to black over here so that I don't have to change my color again. And it's way too dark. Way too dark. So we're just going to do File Revert. Tweakable. I'm going to come over here to like 4. And I'm going to come on this side to like 75. Okay, I'm going to do 85. I'm going to do 75. I'm really going to save a lot of this because I want it to be pretty bright. It's still looking pretty soft. And let's do, so I did 475. Let's do our solid color. Still looking pretty dark. Now, can I fix that? Let's do a layer, a new adjustment layer, and we're going to do curves, and we'll use the previous layer as a clipping mask, and we'll just pull our curve on this dark side and try to brighten her up. Yeah, no, that's probably too much. Curves is definitely helping. And then I'm also going to do, all right, I wish I could save that curve, which we will. All right. And then I'm also going to do layer, new adjustment layer, and I'm just going to do hue and saturation. And I'm just going to pump the saturation to try to get some real color out of this. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. So let's see what that's doing. See, that's just giving us a little more color. That's giving us a little more brightness. I think that's great. Okay. And so now I'm actually going to save this as halftone. We're going to call it halftone effects. All right, so I can use those over and over again because now this is ready at 15 inches wide. So what we're going to do is we're going to do File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. And this is going to be Eagle Halftone 4500 PX RTP. I'm going to put 4 darks too. I just want it to be really clear to my team. All right. And then we're going to go back and we're going to open that Halftone Ready. There it is. We'll open that with Photoshop. And we'll reduce our size to 12 inches to do another size because you have to halftone at scale. You can't go no in-betweens. And we're going to do that same thing. We're going to do 4. Should have wrote these down just to be safe. And we're going to do 75. We're going to hit OK. And then we're going to take these two, and this is how you stay consistent, and we'll duplicate these layers over on the Halftone Ready. And they're clipped. I think everything's fine. And we're just going to do File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. So this is 3600. Save. And then we're going to do this. We're going to revert it. We're going to do F12 to revert. And we're going to do image size. And we're going to take it down to 10 inches. And we're going to hit OK. And then we're going to do our Black Knockout Tweakable. And we're going to do 4 and 75. And we're going to hit OK. And then we're going to do that same trick. We're going to duplicate layers over on our halftone ready. So we got the same adjustments. And we're going to do File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. And we're going to do it at 3,000. So they can order it 10 inches, 12 inches, or 15 inches. Good variety for anybody wanting to make some shirts. All right. Hey, that's it. That's going to be our finish. Let's go look at that last one we just did. This is the 10-inch one. And look at that detail level. I think when we see this printed, I think we're going to blow some minds out there. It's going to look gorgeous. Hey, thanks for watching my tutorials, and thanks for shopping with Crystal DTF. They support these efforts and this education. Till next time, take care.